plan, gotta do what's right. Can't run around in circles if I wanna build a life. I don't wanna make a plan for a day far away. While I'm young and while I'm able, all I wanna do is dung. Oh my god, you guys are so cloudy. I'm going to go and there we go. Is that a little better? I think it is. So, hey guys, how's it going? It's I, the real Randy Chavez, and coming at you today with an Earth 2 OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Sorry, it has been a hell of a day. It has been a whirlwind of a day. Crazy, absolute stuff going on. I almost missed the stream. Unlike last week where my toilet was clogged and I almost missed the stream because of that. No, this week, a bunch of stuff going on. But first off, in the news, we have OMI Earth 2. What am I going to go over first? All right, I guess Earth 2, where's Arya Realty? We'll go over that first. So Arya Realty, for those of you that don't know, his Twitter was, I think, taken down, or he made it private. I think he just made it private. He hadn't told me otherwise. And, you know, what has he been doing with his life? Where has he been? Well, he still posts videos, and he does his occasional... He actually posted today on YouTube. It was I think it was just a meme, so it wasn't a crazy... it wasn't a crazy whatever. I just see in the comments around the corner of my eye, in my peripheral vision, that my shirt is hated. But you know what? You can get this shirt if you are into pissing people off down on my merch store down below. Real Randy Chavez. Anyway, Arya Realty has since dropped out of school. He has taken my advice. He dropped out of college, and he is doing YouTube full-time and Earth 2 full-time. Legacy of Bermuda with that €3 super chat. Fist bump my man. I should get like knuckle tattoos. That'd be great. Like Taco Bell or something like that with the thumbs. I don't know, but it's gonna be awesome. Also, outside of that, I had told people in the past, like, hey, I'm telling my friend they should not go to school and they should quit their jobs specifically for YouTube and for Earth 2. And it finally happened. He's done with the school, and he came up and we were talking today. It's like, yep, I'm out. YouTube and Earth 2 full time. Full speed a heckin' head is what this is going. And I'm not gonna lie, I am pretty proud of myself. And I hear a bunch of people saying, like, yeah, you got your friend drop out of school. Great job. You know what? School is great if you want to be like a lawyer, or if you want to be a nurse, or anything along those lines. Thank you guys for 5 likes. But if happiness means a lot, happiness is worth tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. And if he's not happy going to school, and he would be happier making YouTube videos and talking about Earth 2 and playing Earth 2, because again, part of the reason why I left both of my businesses and why I kind of winded them down is because I didn't want to be working 16, 18 hours a day while Phase 2 was going on, and I just completely missed the boat, let other people pass me by. I wanted to be here. So that's why I did it. I was a little early to the game, because Phase 2 is not coming out till so maybe this month, but most likely next month. So we'll see. And Arya Realty kind of felt the same thing. So we'll be doing this full time. Obviously, I'm going to be covering everything about Phase 2, from when it starts to Essence to Jewels to what people are building, if we're able to build really quickly, and you know the best ways to mine, best times to mine, when certain traffic is on, let's say at 2 p.m. or 5 p.m. or 11 p.m. whatever. I'm going to be reporting on that, and anything else you guys want to let me know, and I'll do videos on it, or live streams. In the VV OMI space, we have a what do you call it? OMI was so down this morning to like 0.0011, about 90% or 88.9% below its all-time high of 1.2 cents or 1.12 cents, something around there. Which is very, very low, and I see a bunch of FUD. I see, but I still bought in. I actually have 12 million OMI now. I'm gonna make a post of that tomorrow. See it in my trust wallet. 12 million OMI, and I'm going to 100% fist bump everyone when we become millionaires one day. Although mine, yeah, I got a lot right now. I'm still working on that Trophy Kangaskhan card. So many people have retweeted that. So many people are on that Facebook Marketplace. And then also we have, what do we have this week on Thursday? DC Bombshells. I don't know who it's going to be. If you do know who it's going to be, comment down below for DC Bombshell drop. Again, we had one this week already with the Da Vinci drop, and then we have another one. And you could tell, like, if that was in the thumbnail, where you have, I don't know what I put in the thumbnail, but there's one where there's a video on YouTube where the actual painting, the stuff that looks like a Harry Potter photo where it moves and there's a whole bunch of psychedelic colors in there. They put that as the floorboard of their showroom, of their vault. And when they did that, like they had all the other things. It looks so cool. It looks so amazing. That was really cool. And also on Twitter, I was able to go in and I tagged Comey and like Logan Paul and everyone about the Trophy Kangaskhan. So as soon as that happens, like I said, 100 grand into OMI, maybe 100 grand into Bitcoin, and then I'm going to leave 30 to 50 grand specifically for Earth 2, and we'll continue with that. So enough of me talking. Legacy Bermuda says, "Hey, what's up, Rambo Randy?" The Balma says, "What up?" Dylan says, "Hey, what's going on?" Junior Sanchez, hello. And Ty McDonough, a buddy of mine, just says, "I hate your shirt." He's such a troll. He just, I love him. He's great. And Legacy Bermuda, thank you so much for that €3 super chat. It's probably really late where you are, so thanks for tuning in. I'll try to make this a really good. La Sombra said, "Daddy's home." You know it. Brought home the bacon. The Balma says, "What up with all these YouTubers saying that E2 is a scam?" Yeah, there's just a lot of FUD. The fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and a lot of people, and they're very well made. I'll give them that. And what I mean by they're well made is that they go in and they make it look like Earth 2 is a scam. Like if you're just coming in off the street, you have no knowledge of what Earth 2 is, and you watch that video, you might be inclined to think like, yeah, this does seem a little sketch, a little weird. And then if they're not really into video games, or if they're not really interested in investing or whatever, let's say they're just more musicians or they're artists or whatever, they might not be interested at all, and they might just leave it at that and really not give it a second thought. But if they are interested in gaming, they might think, well, let me just make sure this is a scam. Let me just make sure. And then they go and they watch like me or Guidebook Gaming, Arya Realty, or the Bowl Combo. He does amazing videos. Or even Earth 2 Fake News. Earth 2 Fake News, I hope they don't look at them first. I hope they look at the rest of us first, and then go to Earth 2 Fake News, and then they could just laugh about it. Because what they see is that, like, okay, well, these are actually, like, real people. They always mention the developers, and they always see, like, new updated information, and say, okay, this is definitely not a scam. But the problem is that people just don't do that. Thank you guys for 10 likes. That means the world to me. The problem is that people just, I'll tell you guys a quick story here. Something happened on Facebook Memories, where you have life events that happen. You show up on your memories, and somebody reacted to a memory of mine that was a life event, and then everyone was and it happened like 7 years ago, and everyone was like commenting like, "Oh, this is great." I was like, guys, this was 7 years ago. Like calm down. Like this is not. So people just don't look. They just look at something. They look at the headline and they take it as face value. So a lot of people that are have a thirst for knowledge, they'll go and watch a bunch of our content. And again, Guidebook Gaming, link down below for them. They're great. They look at that and then they realize, okay, yeah, all right, I'm glad I did my own research. And then, but some people that just look at, oh, well, I guess this is a scam. Like, I feel like if everyone remembers in The Mummy, where Jonathan, he's like, "This is a curse, that is a curse," just making fun of all the mummy curses out there. Moving on, Junior Sanchez says, "I hope we continue this 2x drop a week." Yeah, that'd be great. This OMI burn is ridiculous right now. I don't know how we have actually reached 6 billion OMI burned, which is so great. I'm so excited about that. I can't wait for each new release. Partially because I want to see what comes out, and if I like it, the goal is to get that ultra rare. Like, Pokemon, gotta catch them all in the VV universe. All right, gotta collect them all. Gotta get that ultra rare. It's just fun, and this is how I know that this is, again, as if I needed anything else, but this is how I know this is going to be such. They're going to get mass adoption. It's addicting already. Like, the only things that you can do with certain NFTs, like let's say the DeLorean, is you press the button and or you press the doors and the wings go out, or you press that horse from I forget which was Tokidoki or Toy whatever it was, and the horse like neighs like this. So there's really not much you can do right now, and already I like art, so I like to go in. I like to look at it. I like looking at art, and that's why I like Pokemon cards. I get part of the reason. is because there's some beautiful artwork in there. There's some beautiful, beautiful things, and a lot of it is really underrated. And all of the things that you can do with it is just, I don't know if you need a factor tree, but no, it doesn't matter. It's an unlimited amount of things that you can do, because you could Superman this way, this way, this way, this way. I remember the Batgirl one where she's doing a handstand and taking a selfie. Somebody put that in augmented reality of her on a rock doing that, and it looked like Karate Kid vibes. It looked really cool. And again, Vivi's first to market with that. But speaking of NFTs, Earth 2, I think everyone got their NFT eggs. Right now, you cannot sell them, but as soon as they do, I feel like Sid when he's about to blow up the toys from Toy Story. I'm like, or like Curly from Hey Arnold when he's about to release all the animals in the zoo. Comment down below, or if you like Curly or Hey Arnold. Lasombra says, I just wish you would stroke my beard and tell me that everything is going to be okay. Shh, it's okay. It's okay. Everything's going to be okay. It's all right. It's all right. Shh. There. Junior Sanchez says, I've been on fire getting all the ultra rare recently. Junior, I'm so heckin' jelly of you. Like, but I'm happy for you. Like, I'm glad that, like, my subscribers, my followers, you guys, like, my friends, I'm glad that you people are getting the ultra rares, because I can tell people, like, yeah, I know someone that did that. I know someone that did that. It's just cool. It's just fun for clout. I love you guys. I really do. Whenever I'm having like not even a bad day, because again, I don't really believe in bad days for me, because even on like the worst days that happen up here, it's still a good day. Just because, okay, like, nothing crazy happened to me. I ate food. I maybe worked out. Maybe I injure myself or whatever, but you're still breathing, man. You're still above ground. Still got a bunch of friends. But anytime where I'm feeling not so hot, not like my best self, I come on here and I see you guys. We're just talking about stuff, talking about the future, and it just gets me excited. And I love that. This is why I think everyone should have like a community. Also, I think I'm good. People have said that they wanted me to start like a religion, like the cult of Chavez. Please don't call it a cult. That's a little ridiculous. But I think at the end, if anyone remembers that John Oliver episode about how to become a religion, all you have to do is meet at a certain time and a certain place, either every day or every week. And so at the end of my videos, we're gonna have a thing for Dashi, religion of Dashi, the Dashi religion. Oh, that sounds good. And I want to get to 1 million followers quicker than the Helix Fossil, which I don't think is possible, because that happened in like 6 days. Got a million followers to the religion of the Helix Fossil in about 6 days when Twitch Plays Pokemon Go came out, or Twitch Plays Pokemon. Croner, what's up? It says, hey Randy, how's it going? How I Made says, OMI holder wallet's been stagnant the past few days. We used to get like 1K a day, now it's like 200. So does that mean that new people that get into OMI, is that what that's like? It's like now we used to get 1,000 more people in, and now there's only 200 in. Is that correct? How I Made? Let me know. JP says, I enjoyed your video with Daniel Lee. I've been a bit MIA because people have been trying to hack my accounts and stuff. Oh my god. I asked my new 2 crypto to remove my video. People trying to steal my account info. Damn. Yeah, that's rough. And get to my OMI. Hate peeing. Oh, hate people. Okay. Yeah, I had a bunch of people say that they like my stream with Dan. So we might do it again. We might make it like a bi-weekly thing, like every 2 weeks or so, maybe every week. I don't know. It was fun. It's just, 2 hours of talking. My throat was like, it hurt. I also have sensitive teeth. So why these, don't normally go for more than an hour and a half is because, as I talk for a lot, and I started noticing it in Kuwait when we had to be screaming a lot because you're on the air, you're on the airfield, you're on that flight line with a bunch of engines going like, block in on Hotel 4, block in on Golf 3, and you're just like, and just, all that noise just irritates my teeth. Yeah. But I have relatively good teeth, so I don't know why. Yeah, so thanks for letting me know that you enjoyed it with Daniel. How I Made said, I turned off by the Vivi app because I can view people's NFT, but I can never buy one on a drop. Yeah, I mean, there's so many people going for such a small amount of NFTs. It's very, very hard. Again, I've never done it, gotten an ultra rare, but I see a bunch of people, they use that clock trick where at like 10:58, like 2 minutes before it goes live, what some people do is they take their clock, their internal clock, and they put it ahead a day. And when they put it ahead a day, the app thinks like, oh, okay, it's time for us to sell. We can sell, and then those people get it that way. I feel like that's, again, it's the wild wild west right now. You can do that type of stuff. You can get away with that type of stuff, and it's fine. It's like back in the day when people would put X-rated art on Earth 2 tiles. Like they would be with the tiles, they would make certain art, and it's like, oh, that's hilarious. People making genitalia and stuff like that, and then Earth 2 eventually cleaned it up, but it was a wild wild west for a little while, and right now it's kind of like that with Vivi. You can get away with some of these glitches, some of these hacks, some of these. Again, I don't do it because it's like the world records in speed runs. Let's say for Mario Kart, there are people that do it with shortcuts. There are people who do it with glitches. But for me, if I'm going to try to do a speed run, I'm just going to do it on the whole thing. No world speedrun record with no shortcuts, no anything like that. That's just what I would do. Again, just the way I try to play the game. Just me. Connor says, getting my OMI top up now. My man. I only have 11 gems in there, so I have to put my hip. I have to put in some more gems by Thursday. It's weird. I always leave here on Thursday mornings. I start at 10:15, and then at like 10:55, I was like, oh man, I gotta go. All right, bye guys. But yeah, the OMI, I got 600 more. I have 12 million OMI now, not stop, and I have 12 million OMI, and I don't even have the card yet. I didn't even sell that card yet. So there's a decent chance that I get like 50 million by the end of this. My friend Predict, when I had like 4 or 5 million OMI, or like 3 or 4 million OMI, boom, she gets 10 million OMI. I was like, damn! And when I had like 8 million OMI, like almost 9, I was like, hey, I'm catching up. She's like, yeah, I just bought another 10 million. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I love her. She's so awesome. But I was super salty. Not salty. I was just like, man, she really did that. She really just doubled my it's like, I feel like Vegeta, where I'm about to reach Kakarot, and then Kakarot just like jumps up to another level. Like, I love that about people. People are great. They surprise you, in a lot of times good ways. Most times I think good ways. I think that most people are really good in the world. I don't know about. Yeah, sure, there's some bad people too, but I think there's definitely a lot more good than bad. Master of World says, all hail Dashi. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Grillmaster 420 says, seeds are planted and big trees are growing. Oops, I didn't mean to delete that message. Yes, absolutely. The seeds are planted, and I read, it was, I don't know if it's supposed to be a funny meme, but it just really like struck a chord to me. It says like, today's mighty oak tree is yesterday's nut that took a stand. Like yesterday, little tiny twig tree. How do you get to be a big oak tree? It's like, okay, well, you start off as a little teeny tiny acorn, as a nut. Thank you guys for 15 likes. That means the world. And what you do is you go from there. Whenever anyone starts at something, they suck. They stink. It's small. Their experience is small. They're level 1, they're level 5 Pokemon, whatever. Baby Pokemon. And then as you put in practice, you get better. Like, I have learned more from working out and boxing, in my life than I have from one semester community college or from anything else, just because you learn so much about yourself. You learn so much about yourself when you find your limits and then you try to push past them. And there are some times like where I've only gotten this high a couple of times or a couple of different times. I get all the time at working out, but at the end of, let's say, like a fight or the end of like really good training session, and you just are on top of the world, you're flying, you feel like you can do anything. And outside of boxing and working out, things where I've gotten that feeling multiple times, the only other time I feel like that is when I figure something out that nobody's figured out yet, or I say something for a long time and people don't believe me, and then when finally do believe me, it just I forget where I was. Oh yeah, so how do you become a big oak tree? It's just by being a little nut and just going every single day. You grow a little bit every day, whatever it is that you're doing. Whether it's you're trying to lose weight, or you're trying to build muscle, or you're trying to just learn a new song on piano or violin or a skateboard, whatever it is. Like, again, I just watched the 99ers. It was a documentary that literally just helped me. It was about the women's soccer players in 1999. I vaguely remember that when that was going on. When the girl takes her shirt off, she's like, yeah. I just did not have a what do you call it? It just reinvigorated my motivation for like working out. Like, all right, these girls, a lot of which are around my age, maybe a little younger, some a little older, but they're just in shape, and it just made me want to go and just become like the best that I can be. So I not only did I run today, I worked out today as well, despite my shoulders being not the best shape right now. And I'm going to keep doing that. Preston Ty Anderson, what's going on, buddy? Says, hey, Ice King, scientific expeditions have found valuable minerals in some of these Antarctic areas, including antimony, chromium, copper, gold, lead, molybdenum, tin, uranium, and zinc. So basically what Preston Ty Anderson is inferring is that this first 8 things that we're getting, the 8 resources that we're able to mine, that's not going to be the only things that we're able to mine. Like they said, this is just the first batch. They're going to have other things as well. And especially if your tile does not have anything that is producing, it will in the future. So I don't know how many things, but apparently we're going to have a very big tech tree. And tech tree is like, if you're familiar with Polytopia, it's like, okay, well, this is fishing. But from fishing, now I can get whaling or I can get sailing, and then you go over here and now you can get this or this. And so it's just going to be very, very big, and I can't wait for it. I'm so excited for it because that's, what do you call it? It's a tech tree. It's, I don't know if we're going to be able to see how many are available, or if it's just pot luck, like, oh, we uncovered this. Now we have these 2 places to go. What's the best one? That's another thing I'm going to be reporting on as well, is if you go so far into a tech tree, maybe you unlock another resource, or you unlock the ability to get more gems, or I'm sorry, more jewels, or more essence, or maybe even more resources. Or that now 1 wood counts as 2 wood for you, or something like that. The possibilities are endless, and nothing is certain. But phase 2 is, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Moving on, Vittori Jean Pascal says, sorry to level up the discussion with a philosophy question, but why meow meow since Dashi is a dog? I started meowing, I think, before I ever showed Dashi, because so it started in the military, where, if anyone remembers that, it's like 10 years old at this point, maybe, it just YouTube 2 cats talking to each other, and they're just laying on the bed and they're like, meow, meow, meow. So like randomly, like me and my friend Lahar, she was Lahar, now she's Miller because she married my other friend Miller. We like watched that video. We're just like sitting in bed one day, like in a non-sexual way, like just on our bed, and we're watching like random videos, and so we started like meowing at each other at work, like meow, meow. And then eventually it caught on in our shop, and everyone just started meowing at each other. We got told to stop eventually. We had a lot of fun. So we would, and I just continued that. Like I wanted that to live on, so much so that there were sometimes I would like meow down the hall, like meow, 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 and she would be like, I know that meow. It's Chavez. And we're just really good friends. I miss her. I gotta call her. So I just wanted to continue that trend and just have that live on, because that was a fun time in my life. But then Dashi, I don't know, I feel like Dashi would get along well with most cats. Unlike Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, where he's like, rats, where? And he just chases all the cats. Can't help it. Can't help himself. Dog's gonna do what dog's gonna do. But Dashi, on the other hand, is a little bit more than a dog. It's like a god dog. Dog god. Oh, what's that antonym? What's the thing? Like, it's not what is spelt backwards that is spelt forward. It's not that. It's backwards is God. Coincidence? I don't know. Grillmaster 420 says, I said I love your optimism even when market is down and Earth 2 is dragging. Don't change. You're awesome. Oh, thanks, Grillmaster. Yeah, I think it's really good to be excited. And again, you have to have patience with a lot of things. Patience with, well, I guarantee you a lot of, parents of, that are in charge of like toddlers, like, okay, well, these last few years and they haven't been getting a lot of sleep, and, they can't communicate with the kid, and they don't know why, the kid is like crying all the time, or they're hungry, or they're sick, like, and then eventually it starts to pay off. What was it, like Scrubs, where they said like having a kid is like having a dog that slowly learns to talk. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. It pays off, and a lot of research shows that people are happiest when they have kids, not right away, but in the future, because when people get older, their most important social connections are their kids. That being said, I still can't do it, fam. But yeah, I think people should be optimistic because again, they have to have patience for that. Look at the job that they did, and let's say like in Pokemon, when you're grinding, okay, like you need to use like these potions, and you need to use like the zinc, the protein, the iron for your Pokemon, and you spend all that money because you want that Pokemon to get IVs and EVs and eventually take on the Pokemon League by itself and earn you back that money and then some. Things are an investment. And investments, again, I've been here before. I can put on my glasses and act all cool because I am all cool. Because I've lost 100K before. And on paper, I've lost another 100K so far this year. But again, I don't care because I know where this is going. I see that K-shaped recovery. I don't know when it's going to happen. Could happen today, happen 3 weeks from now, could happen next year. We could be in a crypto winter. I have zero idea. I don't think we are. I think there's just a mass correction. But again, I've been here before, and if I have to wait a couple of years to become a millionaire, that's fine. I wasn't a millionaire before. I could wait another couple of years. I haven't been a millionaire for the first 30 years of my life. I can wait a couple of years, but again, I'm all about delayed gratification. I like to be very chill. I like to be very relaxed, and I do attribute a lot of that to, well, I guess the military for showing me how awful some things can be, and then I guess also really from Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, showing me that okay, well, yes, you're a person and you do have your own life, but you could also make other people's lives a lot better. You could also, when you realize that each and every one of you have the ability, I swear to God you do, to change the world. I am nothing special at all. Again, born in literally a house with no roof in Peru, third world country, and I have 1 semester of community college. I just go all in on things that I know are good investments, and it's worked out every single time so far. Again, I'm not telling you guys what to do. It's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I honestly believe. Well, I think I have already a little bit. Donations to Best Friend Animal Society, Animal Welfare Institute, and all that. But I believe that okay, if I keep putting my mind to this, if I keep working hard on YouTube and growing the channel and growing the hobbies, and then eventually grow as a channel, I can convince a couple of people to come on board with me and say, okay, hey, we're gonna follow you into this animal conservation in this wilderness and just changing culture in a positive way. I think everyone can do that if they put their mind to it. But you don't have to. I mean, for some people, it's being a school teacher, and I still have some school teachers that I really love and enjoy because they nurtured that writing side of me. They nurtured Mark Martufi, who nurtured the violin side of me. Music got me really into music, and a bunch of people that just you do that and you can influence the youth, which is incredible. So yeah. Moving on, How I Made says, referring to the wallet holders, less holders daily means less people know about it with no reason to buy and hold OMI in a wallet. Okay, so How I Made is saying that there are less holders each day. I wonder if that means, are they talking about trust wallets, or are they talking about like in Bit4x and Gate.io and all that? Because it makes sense if people don't have their OMI in their Bit4x wallet or a Gate.io wallet. That doesn't mean that they're not holders. That just means that, or it might mean that it might suggest or confirm that people are choosing to put it in a trust wallet like I have. So yeah, that might be what it means. Again, I don't know, or I could just take that at face value and just less people know about it. That no reason to buy. But either way, I'm still very, very bullish, and I get more bullish every day because with each passing day, and it seems like maybe a couple more people get on board, but not a ton. And again, what you see is that you have all these big catalysts in the future, like San Diego Comic-Con going onto other exchanges, and then we have the drops that are going to be coming multiple times a week, which again, this week is the first one. I think our first one is multiple times a week. No, last week, because we had the Slimer and then we had Superman. We have so many things at Ethereum and Immutable X blockchain, and yeah, in my opinion, it's just going to be so huge. We're super early, massive. And again, we're in we're in a big correction right now, where Bitcoin went down to like 28,000 this morning, 28.8 thousand, and it shot up back up. It's like 32, 33, 34. And even OMI was 0.0011 and it's 0.0016 now. So it shot up by like 40% since this morning. So yeah. Moving on. Preston Anderson said, or Preston Anderson, yes, I had way too much Crown Royale yesterday. Sorry, oops, and heckin' ouch. Yeah. Oh, I love hydrating so heckin' much. For those of you that are younger than me right here, and you're just like, oh yeah, I graduated from beer to whiskey. That's an adult drink, which it is. But water, that is the real adult drink. But yeah, I love my whiskey. I love John Walker Blue. I love it. But honestly, a bottle of peanut butter whiskey is a $40 bottle, and it's called Screwball. It is so heckin' good. I would honestly prefer that over like, Glenfiddich 21. Or I'm sorry, Glenfiddich? Glenlivet? Whatever it is, 21 or Johnny Walker Blue. Just because it just tastes so good. But be advised, it's dangerous because it tastes so good. You don't really feel the alcohol until you're like a few glasses in, and you're just like, oh, that's what I did. Yeah. So nurse that hangover, Preston Ty Anderson. Growmaster420 has said, all these people that are calling E2 a scam, saying they're going to take our money and run, or there will be someone left holding all the tiles. They don't realize how many people are here to hold and stay. Yeah, they don't realize it. They forgot. Again, one of my favorite videos is that They Forgot video. I should have named it They Forgot, but it's the one with the Tesla Kilo bottle as the thumbnail. But yeah, they just, and I feel bad because, you have these guys like Big Fry and Upper Echelon Gaming and like a couple others that they're really, in my opinion, they're scaring other people out of opportunities, which I think are really good. It's like, and why I sort of started the channel outside of Pokemon sales is because I saw so much FUD about Tesla, and I was like, guys, there's so many good things about Tesla, about Elon Musk, about the company in general. Don't let the mainstream media lie to you. Don't let they want to lie to you because they have all of these big dinosaur companies that are just all about internal combustion engines, and they don't want to spend the billions of dollars to make the change over to electric vehicles. So they're telling all these people, they're paying all these analysts, whatever, and they're taking analysts that only saw Tesla as car companies, but they're not. They're a software company. They're an energy company. They're insurance company because they rolled out Tesla Insurance. There are so many different things, disrupting so many different industries. When people just view it as a car company, of course it doesn't look that good, but so much more than that. And what was the original point of this question? I'm sorry. Yeah. So I really feel bad for the people that are now not going to invest in this because, again, I think it's a great way to it's a great investment. But I also feel like a little bit of animosity towards I understand that YouTubers are going to do what they're going to do and you have free speech, but like, come on, man, don't like I feel like they're doing a disservice to the people that follow them by saying that, I mean, at the end of the day, hopefully most of the people that watch them are adults and they do their own due diligence, they do their own research. But again, just my opinion on things. Oh, Crystal Stroud. Meow, meow, meow. How's it going, buddy? How you doing? Great to see you again. The Iron Kiwi. It's been a while since you've been here. How's it going, man? Says, man, it's hard lately. I've lost 60% of 10K in the past few months. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There's a bunch of people, especially newer people, that they look at that red that's in their portfolio and they're like, ooh, yeah, this doesn't feel good. And yeah, true, it doesn't. I will validate your feelings that it does not. Well, it does not for most people. I like that as long as I know I'm in a solid investment for long term. I like that because that means I can buy some of my favorite investments on at a huge discount. And again, look at the first YouTube or Earth 2 YouTube video I did. It should be on the Earth 2 playlist. If it's not, just scroll back to December. I think it's my Earth 2, my review of Earth 2, or whatever it is. And it's me basically at the end of it saying, I don't invest in poop companies. I don't. I made a lot of my money by investing in what everyone thought was poop companies, like banks and everything. They thought that, no, these people, they don't have good business, they have 500 credit. And then it's like, oh, but why do they have 500 credit? Aha. Yeah, again, Tesla, Pokemon cards, Bitcoin, OMI. I don't invest in poop things. That's why I can't advocate for, Shiba or Doge, because I think they're poop coins. They're meme coins. I don't. Some people can make a lot of money with that. 100x their money because they buy at the right time, they sell at the right time, and yeah, they can do that. But a lot of people are buying on the way up, and then they sell when it crashes. Like, okay, well, and I feel bad for those people. But I definitely don't. I like it when my investments go down so I can buy more. But again, it takes a little while to get in that frame of mind. Gomez420 says, we got lots of diamond hands in the game, and that's why I'm not worried. I just really hope they show us something better than a buggy driving around. It's kind of weak for an Earth-size game. Yeah, I mean, again, Phase 3, whenever that'll be, but Phase 3 will always continuously be updating, and Phase 2 is right around the corner. Within the next 5.5, 6 weeks, we're going to get it. And again, it could be at any time during the next 5.5 or 6 weeks. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, but most likely, if it will happen, when it will happen, I'm going to say like probably July, probably mid-July. But they could surprise us. They can get it out by June, or early July. That'd be crazy if it was like 4th of July weekend. Everyone's just they're tipsy on their adult beverages. Like, guys, we have confirmation. Phase 2. I'll be on the phone with Arya Realty. Phase 2 is live. That would be insane. Oh, God, I'm gonna get so many notifications that day. That's gonna be great. I love it. The Iron Kiwi says, but I keep buying OMI. We're all nuts. Yeah, and I think in order to, again, I am nuts. I am nothing special. Any classical investor, any money manager will say like, okay, well, don't put more than 5% of your money into any one investment. And, you diversify and you buy a bunch of good companies, buy a couple in energy, buy a couple in, technology, buy a couple in this. And again, a lot of classical investors, they don't go over emerging technologies like crypto or virtual reality. A lot of investors, I'm pretty sure, are just talking about classic investing rules, about what Warren Buffett did and all that. Again, I never went to one of those college courses, but I've worked with people that went to some of those colleges. I have worked with people in Ivy League schools as well, and it just comes down to how much you want to study. Comes down to what you study and all the research that you do. Again, these analysts that work for CNBC and MSNBC and all that, they don't know how to underwrite a technology company because they're underwriting car companies as that. It's insane. So to build on your premise, I keep buying OMI, and yeah, I'm a little nuts. I'm a little crazy. I like going into saunas with sweatshirts on and throwing punches. I like torturing my body. I like, because it's good for you. I like running. I like, yeah, I like all these things. I like to push myself. I like to do wild cowboy stuff, but only when I know it's a great investment. I'm not gonna put $100,000 on one hand of blackjack. I think the most I ever put on one hand of blackjack is like $500. Like I said, I'm not gonna do that on an actual gamble. I'm gonna do it on something that maybe you can consider it a gamble, but it's weighted dice that we're rolling. It is something that, in my opinion, is, I'm not gonna call it like a lock or a sure thing, but the odds, I believe, are heavily in my favor. What's her name from Game of Thrones? May the odds be ever in your favor. No, I missed my 30-minute Patreon member shout out. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they'll never see another love like I had with you. Ooh. Sorry about that. We're talking about gambling. Anakin Skywalker's mother, Shmi, says everything revolves around gambling, and I love to gamble. Again, I can count cards. I like slot machines. I like let it ride, stuff that actually has no skill at all. I like that type of thing. But this is not a gamble, in my opinion. You can say like, well, the real Randy Chavez, he's done a lot of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. He's done a lot of drinking in his day. Maybe something's a little wrong. Maybe something's off. Maybe he's just been getting lucky. Maybe he got lucky with Tesla. Maybe he got lucky with Pokemon cards. Maybe he got lucky with Bitcoin, high risk lending, and all of that. I'm the first to tell you that I was born lucky, but I see it. When I tell you I see the writing on the wall with OMI, with Bitcoin, with Earth 2. I'm not wrong. If I am wrong, come back to this video. But when I am proven right, come back to all of those videos. And like I said, they forgot. Go watch that video. That was great. Ethan Youngberg says Earth 2 Odyssey said that half of Earth 2 company is owned by a secret billionaire. Do you know if that is true? He had the paperwork that showed it. So I actually did a video on this a month or two ago, 2 months ago maybe. Yes, part of what had happened was in order to fund it, there's some guy in Australia who owns a bunch of real estate, and yeah, does own a lot of the company. And what I found out with the guy, I have a hair in my mouth, was that again, because he owned a real estate company or a construction company, whatever. I believe, and again, this is just speculation, that he's a very seasoned. He's older. He's like 50 something. That he knows a good opportunity when he sees one, and he's ahead of his time, or at least boomer time enough to where he can say that, oh, okay, virtual reality, real estate and virtual reality. He can probably one of those people that can tell which way the wind is blowing, and when this, oh, who's this nerd Shane, this tech guy coming up to me talking about this? I believe he sees something in him. I believe he saw the future that day, saying, yes, this will take me from where I am right now, which is already pretty heckin' high, and take me up here in the future. So the silent partner, if he wants, he could try to interfere, but that would just go against anything that he wants to do. No, let the if I have I don't know anything about basketball, but let's say I have a professional basketball team that I bought. Okay, well, who am I going to get as a manager? I'm going to get someone that played. I'm going to get like a Scottie Pippen. I'm going to get Michael Jordan to coach and manage the team. I'm not going to try to coach and manage because I don't want to put. Thank you guys for 20 likes. That means the world to me. I don't want to try to put any of my ideas in there because I don't know anything about it. It would make zero sense. Like again, you see those on construction sites where have the woman in a suit with the or a man in a suit, whatever, with a hardboard, a hard hat on with a clipboard, and they're just saying like, oh, well, you should really be doing it like this. And it's like, okay, well, listen, guy in a suit that's never been on a construction site before. This is how we do it because it's the most efficient way. This is a safe way. Like, I don't care what your books say. I don't care what you think you know. And just the people that work it know every day. Like it's similar to how when officers in the military come and say like, hey, why are you doing it like that? You should, shouldn't you do it like this? And to their credit, sometimes people have a good idea. Like, well, we'll try it. And when it doesn't work, it's like, all right, well, probably the reason why we didn't do that because of that. Most of the time, and again, every once in a while, it's like, oh, it's actually a good idea. But most of the time, it's just like, hey, should we do it this way? It's like, okay, yeah, try to do it that way. Good luck. See what happens. Again, there's not like a war between like officers or enlisted or anything. It's just officers just in officer training school. They're in school. They just don't have a lot of the on-hand experience that the enlisted does. But man, do officers make that money? My God, I'm so jelly, so envious of them. But so in that same breath, the partner that Earth 2 has is somebody that it really just helped fund them. And I think he had asked them about taking the company public in the past, but they said no, not yet. They had wanted to wait until this is a bigger thing. I guess similar to what Roblox, when Roblox went public, or Decentraland, they want it to be bigger. And in my opinion, it will be bigger. I think it'll be a lot bigger because you have these. Again, I feel like a very solid foundation, wide, it's deep, and again, it's just the graphics are so much better. It's the only one that's an actual one-to-one match of Earth. Everything else is, oh, it's their own metaverse. It's cartoon graphics, which is fine. It's great. You can have a lot of fun with that. But this is just something different. This is just something so completely special, in my opinion. Iron Kiwi says, I wonder if you will have to lock in your tiles in order to mine, kind of like staking cryptos. I don't think so, because again, you're supposed to be able to mine on other people's property as well. So I don't. If you do have to lock it in, I don't think you would have a what do you call it? Everyone would be able to. You'd lock in tiles on somebody else's property. Yeah. And maybe during the lock-in process, however long it takes, let's say it takes a minute or 30 seconds or whatever. During that lock-in process, nobody else can build on it. You can't be fought in the warring world if you're doing that. But in that same breath, maybe you can. Maybe as you're trying to mine, if you and somebody else, if you're in the warring world and you're trying to mine, and somebody says like, oh, they're gonna kick you off of that tile and they're gonna mine. That, like, let's say if there's like a diamond mine. Let's say there's a secret mine that only produces this resource, and there's only like 1,000 of those in the game. People are going to be sniping. The people are going to be fighting all the time to try to get the rights to mine that one tile, regardless of who owns it, because whoever owns it will get a piece of that anyway, regardless. So they'll be happy, they'll be fine. But other people that are trying to kick people off, and maybe it's a thing that you have to be in the warring world in order to mine, because it would kind of be unfair. It's like, oh, I'm in the warring world except when I'm mining tiles, because if they have that rule where if you're not in the warring world, then you can't be disturbed by mining. Well, then that wouldn't be fun, because everybody is just gonna not be in the warring world for like. But maybe the fans could do that. Maybe they could say like, hey guys, from the hours of 12 to 1, we're all gonna be off the warring world. We're just gonna mine. We're gonna sing Kumbaya. It's gonna be, that's time for trade. But the rest of the time, it's on. It's like the purge for this 1 hour. But the rest of the time, or the opposite. This 1 hour, we're all gonna be peaceful, and the rest of it's like a purge, like an opposite purge type of deal. Again, this is just speculation, but I like having fun with the ideas and possibilities, and I can't heckin' wait. It's so soon. I feel like this is like the week before finals, and it's like, oh, come on, get this over, and then finals, and then we can finally enjoy our summer vacation. This is it. This is this is like the calm before the storm, before like it happens, and we're all like, Moving on, How I Made says, by the way, if you need to send USDT to Bit4X to buy OMI, you can use the balance. You can use Binance, send USDT BEP2 to Trust Wallet, and swap into BEP20, then send to Bit4X. And this saves you gas fees instead of using ERC20 ETH. Okay. I'm going to screenshot that. So I'm going to hang on one second. I'm just going to. There we go. But for me, again, I'm not a technology person. That sounds really complicated. For what I do, I just go to Arya Realty, and I just send it. I send the Bitcoin to him. He sends a Bit4X, because for whatever reason, the Bit4X app for me just force closes on my phone. Like, okay, well, I guess $200 that I have in there is stuck. So yeah, definitely do it on a computer. And yeah, whatever he does, he might do that, or he might just send the Bitcoin in there, use that Bitcoin to buy OMI, and then use that Bitcoin to buy USDT, and use that USDT to buy OMI, and then transfer it out to a Trust Wallet. How I Made says, yeah, it saves you on gas fees, which is great. I'm Kiwi going, Iron Kiwi says, that's what I want to do with OMI. Put it in a separate no-touchy wallet. Yeah, Trust Wallet. That's what I got. Separate no touchy. If anyone remembers that video from like 10 years ago, it's like this guy's like frying like a fish, like doing a fish fry, and then this cat's like, all right, I'm gonna touch the fishy. And the guy's like, no touch the fishy. And the cat's like, okay, all right, but I'm gonna touch the fishy. He's like, no touch the fishy. He's like, okay, no touch the fishy, except a little touch the fishy. Cats are so awesome, man. They're so cool. They're so chill. How I Made says, well, the Trust Wallet just displays GoChain OMI wallet holders, so it's the same info. Okay, GoChain OMI wallet. Oh, okay, so, that's interesting then. That's great. More OMI for me. That's also probably why the stock or the price has gone down, just because it's a what do you call it? Just you have that decline in people. Maybe a lot more people are selling than people are buying. They just want to get out. Again, it's not the best idea to lock in your losses, depending on whatever. But yeah, man, that's rough. That is rough. I would not do that. I would not sell. But again, that's just me. Ethan Youngberg says, do you think OMI or Earth 2 will be a better investment? I've been asked this before, and I don't know. I mean, Earth 2 is disruptive in the virtual real estate. Very, very disruptive in that. And they're not as... but again, that being said, the pros of Earth 2 is that they are disruptive in virtual real estate and gaming. And also the fact that they have a proven track record of already being, oh, that's a nice... I'll finish this thought and then I'll get to that super chat. They were already, a lot of our tile prices have 10x, 50x, 100x. Like if you bought, like I said, Brazil or India or South Africa at 10, 11 cents like I was, and then they're over $3 now, $4. America, I was buying at $1.50. And I can sell America. You can probably sell at like $25 a tile now. That's yes, 20. Yeah. So you're making so much. They've a proven track record of increased funds already. And then again, they're gonna have ad revenue. But on the VV side, disruptive in collectibles, disruptive in NFTs, disruptive in art, and again, they're gonna have the VVverse as well, which is gonna be like a Decentraland, like a type of thing. So But that being said, even though the collectibles have proven themselves and being very, very disruptive, and they have very, very, like, yes, Earth 2 has Dylan Seo. Earth 2, that's the big name that's attached. Whereas Vivi has Alfred Archon. They have a couple of people. So the points in the pro-con list actually do go to Vivi right now, but I still don't know. I can't make my decision just based off those things. I like the developers for all of them. I do think maybe I'm a little biased because I am rooting for Earth 2 a little bit more, just because they're a bunch of they're a ragtag group of people that are doing something incredible, and everyone's. I don't see people against Vivi. I see a bunch of people like almost laughing at the developers of Earth 2, and like that. I know that gives them the fuel to want to go more. I know that gives them the fuel. Like, I will show that. Like, they're just gonna do it. They're like like in a soccer match, and they get injured. Like, no, I can do this. Like there's almost has to be something wrong with them to be able to work this hard for some when they're getting hated. Like that's why I wish them the best of mental health. And let me work for them. Let me do what I can. I think it's those type of people. Even though it looks like Vivi looks like the purebred, the thoroughbred that you want to race, but sometimes this comes this black horse out of nowhere. Yeah, I'm gonna put my money on Earth 2. Yeah. So Wraithax with a $20 super chat says 2 scotches for you and Arya on me. Next time, me and Arya Realty are actually going to go to Atlantic City on July 9th and 10th. Me, him, a bunch of people that we used to serve with. So it's going to be really fun. I really can't wait. So I will definitely do that. You said scotch and 2 scotches. Who was that line in the water boy? Can I get a scotch and water? Hold the scotch. Like, you just make a joke. Yeah. Good. Scotch and water, hold scotch. But yeah, well, what should we drink? Wraithax, have you ever drank Screwball? It is like, again, I like Johnny Walker Blue, I like Glenfiddich or Glenlivet. I like good whiskey, but I also like, again, Screwball. It's a $40 bottle. I like, Jack Daniels, Honey Jack. All of that stuff is really good. I like that, and we will we'll make a bet for you, Wraithax. Let me know your favorite number and favorite color. Yeah. So moving on. Yep, wallet. Yep. Okay. Crystal Strauss says, how many pi are you at, Randy? So, for those that don't know what pi is a cryptocurrency that you can mine with your phone. As far as I can tell, it doesn't take up any extra energy, doesn't use any electricity, doesn't waste your battery or mess with the processor or anything, and it's something meant to be similar to Stellar Luna, where the Stellar Luna has and the link down below for Pi, because you can't just go off the street and download the app and start mining. You need somebody's referral code. That's just their way of getting it out to people. And we have a so if you want to go mine Pi, again, it's free to do. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to invest. It's just I wake up in the morning. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna click mine Pi. All right, stretch, and then ping my others. And what happens is that when others aren't mining, you can ping them and they get reminded to mine. So it's really good. And similar to Stellar Luna has like 22 billion of them. And supposedly when the Pi is released in December, they're going to have a 80-something billion. So if Stellar Lunas are about 40 cents, I could picture Pi being under 10 cents, maybe even a penny or under a penny. But I have about 21,000 Pi right now. I've been mining for a while. I've done a couple videos on it. And again, I like it. I actually like it not more than Bitcoin, but one of the things I like about Pi more than Bitcoin is the fact that most of Bitcoin that's mined is mined by a very small group of people. A very, very small group of people. And it feels like a lot of the power goes to that small group, whereas there are millions of people mining Pi, and it's a little bit more fair. That everyone's mining at a decent rate, but again, they're going to have like 80 billion things. So don't think that Pi is going to be like $100 or $10,000 right out the gate. It won't. Maybe it'll reach $1 at some point. Become $80 billion. $80 billion. Yeah, I can see something like that. Eventually, again, not right away. But yeah, it's just something that I enjoy. I like. And their white paper and the guys the people that developed it were, what do you call it? Stanford graduates. I think they're professors at Stanford as well. And yeah, I just like that over B. They're both relatively the same, but I do like that over B. And how many people do you have under you, if you don't mind saying, for Pi? Out of like the 270 people that are in my like Pi circle that had used my code or whatever, about 150 of them or 170 of them they mine. So yeah, about that. So when you start mining like with like 0.1 Pi per hour. I'm mining like 7 or 8 Pi an hour because there's so many people. Or yeah, you start mining like something similar to that. And as you get more people, the more Pi you mine. Iron Kiwi says, thanks for a response, Randy. I've been in and out of the crypto market 3 separate times since 2012. Wow, so you've been around. But I never stayed in long enough. Even had 100 million Doge at one point. Okay, so 100 million Doge. It had reached, let's just say 50 cents. Let's just say 50 cents because it has reached that before. It's reached 70 cents or 69 cents. Nice. So you had at one, if you had hodled, this is the importance of hodling, people. I'm reading that correct, right? 100 million Doge at one point. If he had hodled, if the Iron Kiwi, which again, I don't mean to rub salt in the wound. I just want to kind of drive this point home. If he had hodled, he would have had $50 million. That's a lot of heckin' money. That's Deca millionaire side. Halfway to $100 million. I assume Iron Kiwi at least kept some of that, and probably, since you've been in and out, you probably made a decent amount of money. But yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That hurt to read. I'm sorry. Iron Kiwi, bring it in, man. Bro hugs. It's okay. You're gonna be able to Sombra. Do I have to stroke your beard? It's like, it's okay. It's okay. You're fine. It'll be okay. It's not your fault. Grandmaster Wawa says, this past weekend, a Wendy's in LA did a special Rick and Morty promotion. I know. I saw that on TikTok, and I hate them. I hate them so much. I'm just jealous. I get jealous so easily. That's so cool that they did that. Rick and Morty season 5 premiered the other day, and I don't even think I'm caught up with season 4. Probably watch it on YouTube. It's such a good show. I love that so much. Iron Kiwi says, but I feel like this time around, my whole mindset around investments changed. Not going to let myself miss out again for the 4th time. And that's your journey, Iron Kiwi. That's your journey. You had to have made those decisions in the past for now. Now, again, we're still early. So the fact that now you're getting in, and you have that mindset, all right, I'm going to hodl. Nothing. It's like when people say, like, all right, that's it. I'm going to cut out the BS. I'm going to start eating right. I'm going to start training. I'm going to get in the best shape. Like, nothing is stopping me. Nothing is stopping me. Yes, do it. Get it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Do it. Sorry. Crystal Strauss said, Rick and Morty? Is Vive doing Rick and Morty or something? No. I was just bringing up Rick and Morty because he had said that Grandmaster Wallace said they did a special Rick and Morty promotion, which again I love. It was just a random Wendy's in the country. And again, Raythax, thank you so much for that $20 super chat. Saying 2 scotches for me and Arya Realty on you. You are the best. And I will place a nice bet for you in there as well when I go to Atlantic City in July. Ethan Youngberg says, what if in the future the VV NFTs could be used as a skin in Earth 2? I do think that they will have a crossover at some point eventually. Ethan Youngberg is part of my Pi group. Says rip Iron Kiwi. Everyone comment F in the chat for Iron Kiwi. But then hopes and dreams that Iron Kiwi is going to be a millionaire if he's not already. And yeah, we're going to make sure of that. I think they could be used as skins in other things, or at least they're going to have a cross-platform as well, because the developers have said that it would be kind of boring if you could only look at your NFTs inside the showroom or in the vault. But again, AR is cool, but yeah, going cross-platform is going to be great. It's going to be a huge catalyst for it when it eventually does happen. I don't know if that's going to be what the VVverse is about. Maybe they're going to cross-platform with someone else, or if it's just going to be fighting. It's going to be great. I can't wait. The future is wild, and I can't wait for it. What do we got here? 1 hour. Patreon member shout out. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this task and don't ask why. Sorry guys, I just really love Green Day. Green Day is so cool. I know I'm going up on the Green Day today. Chris Hoffer says, Arya Realty NGMI. I don't know what that means. But me and him are going to get scotches in a couple weeks, going out to Atlantic City. It's going to be great. Outside of that, I've been going for about an hour now. Like I said, I got 12 million OMI. I'm trying to think of any other updates I got right now. I'm scouring Earth 2 multiple times a day, seeing if anywhere in Antarctica or Japan or South Africa, wherever gets... Phase 2 could just be unlocked in one country. It could be unlocked in all countries, which might be a little insane. Mining resources, I'm looking every day. It might be something that they don't announce. It might be something that just drops. So again, within the next 6 weeks, potentially this month, but most likely next month, I just can't wait. Can't wait for that to happen. I can't wait to see where this channel goes, what other channels are going to cover, what other channels might pop up, because there's going to be things that we haven't seen yet. Like there could be this one really big, awesome YouTuber that gets in. Again, we know that Logan Paul's in. We know that a bunch of millionaires and decamillionaires, and I don't know if there's 100 millionaires, and maybe Investor Ali's 100 millionaire. JP will be if he hodls his OMI. But we have a there's going to be a couple big catalysts, and there could be a YouTuber like, let's say, Dan Lee on investing. Dan Lee on OMI. His YouTube channel came out of nowhere, already partnered within a couple of months. And when you have things like that, we might get another good quality person to come out and make videos on Earth 2 that could be bigger than me and Arya Realty combined. Like me and Arya Realty could fusion and there could be, he could just be better. Chris Sauer says mass copium in the air. I don't know what copium is. I don't think that's an element like on the periodic table. That's not a so I don't know. But outside of that, yeah, it's just a lot of good things. So again, Ray Thaxton, everyone, thank you all for the super chats. Those mean a lot. Legacy of Bermuda. Also, if you don't like, well, I'll try to go on because Nomad with Guitar always likes to listen to these, so I'll keep going for a little while. Grillmaster420 says, thanks for that Green Day song. Now stuck in my head. One of my favorites. Great chat, always. Good. Night to see you tomorrow. By Grillmaster. I'm going to keep this going for a little while, so if you want to stay, great. If not, no big deal. But the idea of, what do you call it, the religion thing with Dashy, again, just came from John Oliver. I'll let you guys know when I won't stream, when I will stream. Other catalysts, trying to think. I'm just going to talk about random stuff now. The inspiration can come from the most unlikeliest places. Again, I was just in my related videos or suggested for you in the feed was go watch that documentary, the 99ers, where the soccer cup. It'll make you feel like a fat lard, because I was in bed and I wasn't like eating any junk food or I wasn't eating like pork rinds or nothing. Love pork rinds, but it's just a bunch of these women that are in really good shape, and like I love people. People are great, and I love it when like guys are like bigger than me, like, oh, how'd you get so huge? Or when girls like so lean, it's like, oh man, I got to get that lean, and that just forced me to again go for a run. It forced me to go to the gym at night. I have to shower now. It just forced me to do good quality things. So sometimes, yeah, if you're trying to listen to like motivational stuff like Gary Vee or Joe Rogan or Neil deGrasse Tyson's got some great stuff. Michael Saylor also, but David Goggins. But sometimes it'll come from like a random place. It could come from an anime. It can come from SpongeBob. It could come from anything. And don't lose sight. Don't let the kind of correction make you lose sight of what is possible. Again, Iron Kiwi can tell you, Iron Kiwi's been in and out of this crypto thing since 2012. That you have the if he would have hodled through all of that, dude would have had minimum $50 million. But also he could tell you that this goes in cycles. He's seen it before. It's been here, seen it at the highs, seen it at the lows. The highs are great, the lows are horrible. But it happens. Mass corrections like this have happened in the past during bull cycles. So again, it'll probably be a little bit more finalized where we are once that ETF is either approved or not approved. I still say it's going to be approved. We did have that FUD video or it wasn't even a FUD video. It was really just the criticisms. I forget the guy's name. Just talking about the what do you call it? Just talking about things that Vivi could do better, things that they haven't done yet, or that they said they were going to do and they haven't yet. And some of them were some fair points, but the other things that he just missed a lot of the good catalysts, a lot of the good things. So again, it's nice to be constructive criticism, but outside of that, which he was, but again, just try to include everything. Chris Toffer says, Randy, lifetime crypto returns minus 85%. It's a little less than that, but for OMI, it's about, I'd say for OMI, it's about 60%. Maybe 50%, because I really bought a lot. Yeah, maybe about 60%. For Bitcoin, I started buying it like 52, bought all the way up to 59, down to 42. So it's really hard to say. I honestly don't know. If I try to go on my actual purchase history, because again, I only started buying crypto really this year, so still fairly new to it. Crystal Stroud says, and I have to do that regularly, LOL. Crystal Stroud, what do you have to do regularly? Find motivation? Yeah, the motivation is, yeah. Sometimes, like, again, for me, sometimes it's just like looking in the mirror and it's like, oh, this, just looking at like my gut or like so, it's like, this does not feel good at all. Or like, again, just because my shoulders are like shot right now, I can't really do anything about my arms, and I like baby arms now. But again, you can't really. So again, sometimes people get hurt. People get surgeries. People get hernias. People get back injuries. Had many of those. A lot of which stemming from the military. A lot from like car crashes. It just happens. A lot of it from just getting beat up over the years. Oh, just putting your body through it. But again, you can heal. Like there was this one, and it's like 6 years old, this video, where this one guy who was like a paratrooper, and he did, I don't know how many hundreds of jumps out of aircraft, and with parachute he would land, but your knees take such a huge pounding, and he was like on crutches a lot, or he was on the things where, walking almost like a gorilla like that, because his knees and hips were so shot. But through the power of like yoga, and it was just yoga, and I don't even do yoga. I've done it in the past, and I like it. It hurts. It hurts my body. Through like months of doing that, he lost so much weight, and he was able to get more flex. It was hard. Like it was not an easy thing for him to do because he was overweight, his body was stiff, and he would fall a lot. It was just, he had so many times where he could have given up, but he didn't. He's like, no, I see the future. I see a me that is better than what I am now. And the trajectory that he was going, where he was losing weight, he was doing different things. It's really inspiring to see him, like at the end of it, where the beginning you barely walk, and the end of it, like he's running, and it's like, and he actually made it into one of those Zeitgeist videos, the Google year in reviews. It was really cool, and again, just because we have these, corrections in the market, and no proof that we're in a crypto winter, we still, I mean, I think 50-50. I still think, for me, I think we're 85% still in that bull cycle because of the potential of the that ETF that I think should be approved in October, and then we have like a dozen of those behind that. Iron Kiwi can tell you, if you hodl, and you could really make a lot of money on this. And again, I'm saying this not as financial advice. I'm saying it's just what I'm doing. I am buying more and more and more every single day. Crystal Strauss says, I still haven't recovered from an ankle injury while hoop dancing. Sometimes even wearing a sock will make my ankle go out of place now. Oh, some injuries seem permanent. Yeah. Some people, like, they sprain their ankles like never the same. Some people injure themselves. Yeah, I injured my shoulders. I've definitely injured. Yeah, my back is not the same. It'll never be the same. But you make do with what you have. But yeah, Crystal Strauss. I don't know if yoga would help, or I don't know if like intense forms of stretching, like where you put like a towel around like your foot and then you super stretch, or maybe like manipulation of the joints or acupuncture. Again, I don't know. I'm not Dr. Jim. I'm not, but I do wish the best for you. I do wish that, man, even a sock will make it go out of place. So do you just not wear socks? Do you not wear shoes? Do you not walk? Do you not hike? Because if wearing a sock makes it go out of place, that feels bad, man. I'm sorry. Chris Howard says, Tanner Rosenkovich, terrible hire or the worst hire. If that's the dude from, yeah, so I don't know. Again, I can't speak for any of his actual work. I know he did make something back in the day. I know that I don't know if he outright lied or he just like kind of misled people on what he was on that certain project. Again, I didn't really do a deep dive on him, but Earth 2, where the thing that I like about VV is that VV is very, very vertically integrated, where Earth 2 has had a lot of help. They have that, that one investor from Australia as well, that owns like half the company that's in construction. So the capital wasn't all Shane, it wasn't all Nathaniel. They had help from 5CA. 5CA is their like customer support and a bunch of other things. So they're hiring Daniel. I don't know if it's because one of them worked with him back in the past, and maybe that's kind of like a hire within, only hire people you know, or because his technical developers or coding skills are just so great. There's like, okay, yeah, this guy could really help. So I don't know. I'd like to think that their screening process is pretty thorough. So and screening doesn't just mean like background check or like, hey, make sure you're not smoking the ganja. Take this urine test. It might just mean like actually going to people and like looking them in the eye and say like, hey, you're a good person, and just seeing their reaction and just saying like, so time will tell. We'll see. Crystal Stroud says, I wear no show socks. Oh, okay, so the ones that just go up to like your ankle a little bit. Yeah, like they don't even go up to your ankle, like a little bit below then. E2 Treasure Hunt said, did OMI change their white paper? Can that even be done? Yeah, I mean the white paper has, that's more of like a, remember Pirates of the Caribbean? It's like the code is more of guidelines, where the white paper is what they set out to do, and what they set out to do is, like I said, fantastic, but things change, and you have to adapt. I don't think when Tesla started, they were ever going to put Bitcoin on their balance sheet. I started my companies, I didn't think I'd put Bitcoin on my balance sheet, but here we are. Bitcoin and OMI on these balance sheets, and so as things change, they have to do things. Like again, for Earth 2, when Phase 2 was supposed to come out months ago, but then they had something go on with Essence, and they had to redo an overhaul because of something positive that happened. Improvise, adapt, overcome. That's what they did. Things change. So where VV had put out their white paper and then they had to change it or whatever, okay, maybe they got feedback from the users. They're like, well, we don't like this, but we like this, and we really love this. So that, okay, well, things are going to change because customer's always right. You have to satisfy the customer. And it's possible things change again. They change back as more and more people get in, and they do new polls, and they see new feedback. Again, if I was Earth 2 or what do you call it? Or VV, I would dedicate a couple of people to be like, okay, watch all the content that's out there and report back what people like, what they dislike, what they think the game's good at, what they think it sucks at, and then from that they can get a better feel. So I like that about VV. That just shows that they're willing to adapt to the needs of the operation, to the needs. Oh, that's like a military thing. They're willing to adapt to the needs of the people, the needs and wants of the people. So I like that. I like that it shows be able to roll with the punches. So they did, or whatever the white paper was, they kind of straying away from it. For again, I'm not 100% sure what reason. I don't know if it had to do with Street Fighter or the VV verse. I think I had that heard that thrown around, but I don't want to say it as fact because again, I don't know. Ooh, lots of talking. For those of you that go to all-you-can-eat sushi places like I do, Godzilla rolls, on point. Anything else? I like to get a spicy tuna, spicy salmon roll, salmon avocado roll, and like a another spicy tuna type of thing. So I like to get a bunch of those, and then those Godzilla rolls. I've been watching this lady at the post office the other day, or like a month or two ago, said, hey, go and watch I Care a Lot. It's with Peter Dinklage. It's so good. And she recommended the other day Behind Her Eyes. So I go and watch it, and it's a very slow start, but it's pretty good. It's a 6 episode miniseries. I Care a Lot was a movie, but the 6 episode miniseries was excuse me. It's 6 episodes, and I'm on episode 3. I finished the first 2 episodes. I was like, nice. So that's what I'm probably gonna do tonight. I want to go on another run. I just feel so energized. Again, that documentary in 9 hours. I just feel like I need more documentaries where it shows people just absolute epic training montages. Maybe I'll rewatch all the Rocky movies again. Make like a day out of that. Can you? What? Yeah, you can watch it because there was 6 Rocky movies. They're 2 hours apiece. Then you have 2. What was that called? Creed movies, where that's another 2 hours. So I figure good. Yeah, that's a good day. That's a good for my. I don't think I could watch them all in a day just because again, I have other stuff I need to do, and I did sell a Shining Raichu first edition PSA 10 very, very cheaply for $1,900, and 1,500 went back into the fire. 600 into OMI, and 900 into Bitcoin. I have 0.8 Bitcoin now, and 12 million. So yeah, 0.8 Bitcoin, 12 million OMI, and it's something that I'm gonna keep on adding to. And this is all. I can't wait until I sell this freaking card. I've tagged a Comey. I have so many retweets on that. There's like 100-something people that have liked and commented on the thing on Facebook. I might do another round of advertising on Instagram. This time taking it down to like 295 or 285, 290, whatever. Or I could keep it, but it's too much. That's too much money to have in one card for me right now. If I have, when I have 10, 20, 30 million dollars, yeah, I'll keep that one card and let's say when it goes to $1 million, I'll still keep it. But yeah, right now having half my net worth locked up into that, it's like probably shouldn't do that. Chris Topper says, when Arya offers 500 for a nude, do you lose all respect, or is there still some left? I mean, it depends on the offering. Like if it's from somebody that sells nudes, then ball out. I mean, if he wants, I wouldn't do that. I mean, because I'm in a pretty good relationship where we don't need to go look at other people's nudes. But yeah, if he wants to do that, wants to fund the economy or pay for that girl's college, whatever. If it was from a girl, I don't know if it's. Did you say girl? You didn't say girl, so it could be a dude. Which I'm not gonna kink shame him. If gay's his way, I'm not gonna good for him. But yeah, no, I love the guy. Like I said, I'm going to Atlantic City with him in a couple weeks, and again so we're actually probably gonna go to McGuire Air Force Base. Might just go to the gym first, just during the day with a couple of our peeps. Do some PT. Maybe go to the DFAC and for some old times get some omelets, get some oatmeal, get some grits, and then go to Atlantic City there. We might just fly to Atlantic City. I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited. He's a good dude. And again, he listened to me. He dropped out of college specifically so he can do Earth 2 and YouTube. And I'm very, very excited to see where the channel goes, where he goes. Very excited. Can't wait for him to join me and retire. I guess, is he self-retired now? I don't even know. He just said he quit school. I don't know if I don't think he really needs to work. He's got a decent amount of money. But outside of that, what are some of your guys' thoughts on retiring? Like, when do you and be advised, if you hodl, with Bitcoin, OMI, or Earth 2, whatever, when you get, say you put in a couple grand, 10 grand, and then suddenly you have an extra 100 or a couple $100,000. How much would it take you guys to retire? How much would it take you guys to be like, hey, you know what? That's a good amount, and I don't need any more than that. Because again, for me, it was not that big of a number. It was like 600,000. It's like, investments will grow. I don't need to continue to kill myself with working. I will do that. I mean, again, I say that, but then next year I'm gonna open up a realty company. So I guess that'll be me coming out of retirement. But if I get like building managers and I get people to work for me, I just don't want to go back to work. I've gotten very used to meeting people for lunches and meeting whenever friends want to do something. We can go out and we can go and I don't have to say like, yeah, I'm gonna have to schedule you for like 8 weeks from now because I was working every day and then doing it with a girlfriend on the weekends. Even without the girlfriend, I was just I could only see some people on the weekends, maybe on a Saturday. But now it's I'm definitely a lot happier now, just because I'm seeing friends and a lot of them I haven't seen in a while. A lot of them are crazy. Friend Kara got shot. That was a thing. And again, go on my Facebook and go and read about, like, search Randy Chavez Be Me. Those Be Me stories are hilarious. So I do want to get to writing more of those and then animating them in the future. The animations will be not done by me. I have zero artistic capability. But again, if that counts as work, I don't know. Does YouTube count as work? I mean, I get paid for it, but it's more of like a hobby. And again, it's more of, I feel like a service. Like I have to tell what I do. I have to tell you guys because a lot of you guys follow what I do, and you're curious, and and a lot of the people that just say like, hey, I love your content, Nomad with Guitar, that listens to me when he is on the road and he's just driving, he's doing his thing. Um, should I do Lil Nas X for yeah, Old Town Road? I might do that. Billy Ray Cyrus's verse in that is straight fire. Like, I love him so much. Mr. Lockett says, "What is Meow? How do I join the Meow Gang?" So the Meow, I went over it before. Mr. Lockett, is it Lockett or Locknet? Locknet. All right, so Mr. Locknet. What happened was in like 2014, there was a bunch of new people that came into the shop in the military, and I had just one of the girls' name was Laher at the time, and we were chilling in a room one day, and we were just watching like old school YouTube videos, and one of which was, I think it's still on YouTube. It's just two cats talking to each other. And two cats just land on the bed like meow, 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 and they're just going like that. And we were trying to like picture out what they're saying. Like, what do you think they're doing? Like, oh, we're messing with the human today, or like parallel universe? It's the same cat. They're messing with us. But we started meowing at each other, and then the next day at work, I'm like meow, meow, meow. She's like, I know that meow, and everyone's like, did you just meow? And I was like, yeah. And it's like, yeah, what? So the rest of the shop, slowly but surely, they all started meowing. And I just wanted to, so in my earlier YouTube videos, like last year, the memes that were made out of me was great. I just started to go and meow again because I wanted to bring that back. That feeling, that time in the military was so fun. Teaching everyone and having them learn a lot quicker than I did was really exciting. So the Meow Gang, actually on my Patreon, who's on the Meow Gang? Is it Skip Yellow? E2 Lone Wolf is currently the only member on the Meow Gang. Skip Yellow was on there for a little while, but then Skip Yellow went, or no, it's James Neal. James Neal was on the Meow Gang for a little while, but it is the one where it is $20 on the Patreon down below, and then you can be in the Meow Gang, and then you can request songs anytime you want. Like, you can just drop a comment and be like, sing this for me. Will it disrupt the chat? Will it disrupt the flow of my live stream YouTube video? Absolutely it will. But you know what? It is worth it for my Meow Gang. So that's what it is. Mr. Lofton says, oh, nice backstory. Thanks, man. Yeah, a lot of fun times. And again, a lot of my Be Me stories that I'm going to animate with so much fun, so exciting. Military has so many great stories, so exciting. I can't wait for that to come out. If anyone were to ask me, even if they had a good job lined up, or if they're like, my dad's a construction industry. Yes, right. So the Meow Gang is not the highest thing on my Patreon. And again, I've seen other Patreons, they go and they say like, oh, hey, I'm going to put out just normal content on YouTube, but to get into my mind, go to my Patreon and I'll put in exclusive content on my Patreon. And I feel like information should be free. So I put everything out for free on YouTube. And it's like, if you want to support the channel, go to my Patreon. And then that seems to work. I got 35 peeps on Patreon. And the highest tier is what's called Friends and Family. I put that out there if you want to be friend and family. And Wraithax is on there. So thank you for that $5 super chat. And the perk that you get at the highest tier of Friends and Family is when the billing cycle goes through and you get that, you get my cell phone number. I'll and you can, so if you don't want to wait for a response on like YouTube, because YouTube maybe sometimes it was a busy day or a busy weekend, I might not get back to your comment, whether it's on Facebook Messenger or YouTube or Instagram. I might not get back to you for like 12, 16 hours. But with that cell phone that I give you, you can always text it, and I will always respond pretty much right away as soon as I get it, as long as I have service. So that's really just if you're just like, hey, what do you think I should do with this, or how do you feel about this? Or again, if it's just a question like, hey, what's going on with OMI? What's your strategy for this type of thing with Earth 2? What's your strategy for collecting in VV? So thank you, Wraithax, for bringing that up. $5 super chat does mean the world. The Grill Master 420 was, what was your role in the military? So I was called 2T2, which is Air Transportation Specialist, where there's so many different aspects of the job, which is why I loved it so much. You could work with passengers, and you could help load the passengers on the aircraft. The front counter is really boring work because you have to, it's something called e-secure, you have to screen them, make sure they're not like on a no-fly list, and because you don't just do actual military, you also do civilians sometimes, or contractors or whatever, but a lot of which on the counter is a little boring. But on the flight line, like on the back is like the best, where you're just like hauling bags, building baggage pallets. It's great. It's great exercise. It is so horrible for your back, but it's great. And then you're just driving these big vehicles. My favorite thing was a C5 staircase truck. C5 is this huge aircraft that is capable of carrying 250,000 of cargo on there. And the C5 staircase truck is, you have to drive in almost towards the armpit of the wing, and then when you get to like the third or fourth like divot in the wing, you turn, and then it's just precision. Staircase trucks are so much fun to drive. It's like baggage conveyors not so much, but yeah, it's just fun. So cargo, I didn't do cargo. Ramp is when you drive these big giant 60Ks. So Google 60K tonners, and you see these big giant machines capable of carrying 493 L pallets with 10,000 pounds each on those pallets, up to 10,000 pounds each on those pallets. And so we'd do that, and we would, when an aircraft would come in for a ramp, we would take the pallets, off, put them on the K-loader, and put them into the bay. For the when aircraft were going to go out, we just do that, but in the opposite way. And then, yes, for 25 likes, that means the world. We would take pallets from the cargo yard and load them onto the K-loaders, and then load them onto the aircraft. So what was really funny was ramp. It was harder in ramp. Packs, because I was such a guru in passenger service, I was so easy. But for ramp, where you had to be out of the aircraft for a long time, because it's not just like passenger services. You drive a bus, upload the packs, you take a forklift for the baggage pallet, you put it on at the end. Ramp does a lot of the work, where they are at the aircraft for like hours at a time. And Cape forecasting is what's known as basically just saying like, okay, we're going to have this mission here, here. And they would just destroy us. Like, we would get so brutally, like, not murdered, but they would have so many missions for us, and it'd be like, why do they do this? Like, could you imagine working at Cape Force and be like, you know what? Yeah, that's fine. And we would be like working the entire day, like no breaks, like barely getting missions out on time because we're so understaffed. We were in a critically manned career field. So yeah. Pretty sure Arya Realty is worrying about his marriage at the moment. No, he has a very, very strong relationship with his partner. I know both of them very, very well. Gromez 420 is, what was Arya's role? So Arya had every job in the Air Force is to make sure that the planes can fly missions. They can go out and they can do their missions. They can fly out. Arya Realty probably had one of the most important jobs, services. Whereas service is what you do, like for me, especially as all young airmen, unless they're married, live on base for a certain amount of time, and they go to the dining facility, they go to the flight kitchen. Like, when you're out on the flight line for 12, 14 hours, and it's, okay, I need to go to the dining facility real quick. Like, there's a bunch of different places where you can get food, and dining facility right on the flight line where he would work, be like, I need oatmeal. I need chicken tendies. Maybe some chicken tendies. Like, oh, here, Chavez. Like, just get some milk or whatever. And especially while deployed, you need that because you'll go crazy. You need hydration. The one funnest thing I ever did with Marines, one of the funnest things, was that so many bad times, good times. Oh my God, I'm sorry, a little bit of feels. But one of the good times was that. We were sitting on this bus waiting for, I think, the sandstorm to blow over. And it was 125 degrees out. And they couldn't let them on the aircraft yet because of, like, reasons, whatever. And there was another aircraft coming down, blocking in. And I knew they were going to call me to go get those passengers. I knew they were going to call me to get that manifest. I knew they were going to call me to work that aircraft. And I was like, hey, guys. And I had, like, I don't know, like 28 Marines on my bus. And I was like, do I have 28 Marines on my bus. And I say, hey, you guys want to have some fun? And like, how do we have fun, Mr. Air Force guy? And I was like, well, I'll tell you. They're going to come in, this aircraft's going to block in, and they're going to call and say, hey, can you pick up the manifest and the passengers on that aircraft? And obviously I can't because I have a bunch of you guys here. And so when they ask that, I'm going to say like, hey, I would, but I have a bunch of Marines on my bus. And when I say I have a bunch of Marines on my bus, all of you just cheer loud as you can. And so I was, when they said like, and my actual code name for that mission, with that whole deployment was Bane. You get to choose your own code name, which was great. And my code name was Bane, and I go and say like, Bane, this is PAX Control. Can you get that aircraft was blocking in on like Charlie 4 or whatever? I was like, yeah, I copied that, PAX Control. Just be advised that I unfortunately can't do that because I got a bunch of Marines on my bus, and they're like, hurrah! And they screamed so freaking loudly. It was like one of the greatest things. And then I go like, did you get all that? And like, yeah, it's a good copy. And they sent Venegas out. She was Catwoman. That was great. Such a good time on that deployment. Mostly. What was that one? So yeah. Well, while you're there on the flight line, you need to have food. You need to have water nearby, like because you're just especially deployed. Especially like let's say, God forbid, you do what's called mop gear level 4, where you do drills. And when you're doing drills, we're like, oh, we're doing a drill for in case of like a sarin gas attack, whatever. So not only do you have to put on, you're in boots already. You're in these heavy ass steel toe boots because you need them. You need to have those steel toe boots because in case that a pallet falls on your foot, you want it to cut clean off. You don't want it to like drag, and you actually do want your toes to cut clean off at that point. But the steel toe boots, you're in. I don't have my uniforms anymore. Where'd they go? They're over there. You have your actual whatever you wear under your uniforms. You have your actual uniforms, and then you have to put boots over your boots. Again, basically you're in like a chem lab. You have to put pants over that. You have to put a whole giant jumpsuit on, and then you have to put gloves over these things with a gas mask. And it's so hot. It is so hot there in the summer. There's sandstorms. Like we call it Satan's litter box. And so when you have to like go off that flight line where it's hotter, and you go into that dining facility and you have Arya Realty there. We were actually both in Kuwait, not at the same time. Yeah, that's they are lifesavers. They literally save lives. Yeah, that's what he did. What jobs you get in the military if you're really dumb? Actually, so you can't be really dumb and join the military. Mostly, you have to have an 83 IQ or above. Because what they had found in, I don't know if it was World War I or World War II, is that if you have below an 83 IQ, there is nothing that you can do that isn't positively counterproductive. And the military, they want as many qualified people in the officer and higher enlisted positions as possible, because that's how you win wars. That's how you do that. So they have every want. They have every right and desire to go and try to do that. And they found out that just 82 is the limit. You can't do that. It is my hour and a half Patreon member shout out. Too bad that you couldn't see the man that boy could be. There is more than meets the eye. I see the soul that is inside. Sorry guys, I just love Avril. Avril did a TikTok the other day, her first TikTok with Tony Hawk, singing Skater Boy. It was so heckin' good. I love it. Oh, bye-bye, Crystal Stroud. I love you. And Dashy Group. We'll see you later. So jobs in the military, if you are at that 83 IQ threshold, is actually one of three things. It's actually services, what Arya Realty was in. It is air transportation, which I was in. And it's security forces, which I had a bunch of other people, a bunch of my friends in. Kara was in. My friend Darryl was in. And he had this issue where, I think he was in Korea, and they were doing, what do you call it? One of those drills where you had to put MOP level 4, all that chem gear on. And it was so hot, I guess, the day they're doing operations against security forces. He was in somewhere, and in your gas mask, you have a little thing for your canteen. So you could put your canteen on there, and you could drink water. What had happened was he had actually passed out, like, in his chair. Like, I guess he knew he was going to pass out. I was like, all right, I'm going to sit down because I know I'm going to pass out. And what had happened was one of his partners, one of the people there, they thought he fell asleep. So when they think like he fell asleep, they started, oh, I'm going to play a trick on him. I'm going to put his canteen water on, so water's going to get on his face. But they didn't know he had passed out, so put the canteen on, and they see the water filling up, not realize that he's like drowning in his mask. Like, oh, they rip it off, and they realize he had passed out. And he's like, oh, oh. But yeah, so again, Arya is very smart. I'm slightly above average intelligence, and I was actually told, like, listen, you can get whatever job you want. If you want an intelligence job, not an intelligent, but an intelligence job, like a job in intelligence is what I really wanted to do. They said there is a list. You have to wait a while, but if you take this, you can go right away. And I was like, just give me this, so I can go right away. And had I gone into an intelligence job, I'd probably still be in, because I love that type of thing. Whether it's languages would be so much. Russian would have been great. That would have been very easy for me because I learned Russian, not fully, not to have a. Well, I could have had a decently good conversation in Russia, in Russian, and gone to Russia and probably be okay at that time. I've since lost a lot of that. But I had a couple of friends that went into that. They learned like Korean, they learned Russian, they learned a bunch of other stuff. And you actually get more money if you know a second language. Not Spanish. Spanish doesn't count. But you get like an extra, I don't know, like a couple $100s a month if you actually know a second language. That's useful to the Air Force. But yeah, I went with that because that was the first thing they said. And they didn't even say that. They said like go into this. They said open general, and they said that open general. If you go into that, you'll be taken right away. You'll be taken right away, and then also they'll, you have a high. What's called ASVAB score. I got a 90 something. ASVAB, the highest score you can get is a 99, and I got a 90 something. I don't know what Arya Realty got. I'm very curious for that. And they said because you have a good ASVAB score, they're going to put you into something that like in intelligence jobs. Like, okay, that makes sense. Like in my mind, like that makes sense. I have a high, but no, it's just they did not care what the ASVAB score was. They just needed bodies in 2T2 because it's a critically manned career field, and I know why. Because you do not. I've seen some people with some really cool, awesome leadership, and for the most part, I did have really cool, awesome leadership. For the most part, but you just get treated like poop. You really do. A lot in there. You work long hours. It's in harsh conditions. You don't get paid. You get paid doo-doo in there. But again, you do it. People do it for different reasons. I did it because I was working 3 jobs and not getting anywhere in life. My friend Daryl did it because he wanted to get out of the house, so he joined at 17. A bunch of people do it for like the uniform because they feel a sense of duty. And I'm not gonna lie, after a couple months in there, I felt that patriotic, especially deployed, and I felt that patriotic duty. I felt that like I love my country now more than I ever have. And not to say that I like ever hated the U.S. I haven't, but I definitely much more respect having served. I love this country so much. So Star Spangled awesome. Gomaster says bye, Christelle. Grandmaster Wall says, what if you're an 82 IQ? You just can't get in. Unfortunately, it's a really interesting fact, but it's actually harder to get into the military than it is into college, because you can go and you can have autism and be in college. You can be fat and be in college, but yeah, if you have 82 IQ or under, they just won't take you. Ooh, I have 15% battery left, so I'm gonna go for a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna have to bounce. My voice is getting very, very tired. So, yeah, they just have those things. Maybe the Army might take you for like infantry. Maybe. I don't think so though. Army, they give you a waiver for a lot of things because they just need more people, I guess. Yeah. Moving on. Iron Kiwi says, thanks for the live, Randy. Take care, brother. You too, Iron Kiwi. Grillmaster420 says, so Bubba and Forrest Gump would never happen. They wouldn't. That would not happen. Even in like maybe in like a intense time of war. I mean, we're at war now, but yeah, that wouldn't happen. Forrest Gump would not happen that way. Grandmaster Wild says, how do I become a sniper in the military? So you have to go to Army, and then there's actually a special school for snipers. You can do it. You might even you can get the opportunity to cross-train. Like, if you go and impress the hell out of those instructors, when you go down to the range, like, oh, maybe you should be this. So you can go in the Army or go anywhere, and it doesn't even have to be in the Army. It could be in the Marines. I think you could actually do it in the Air Force as well, being like a PJ, paramilitary guys. Those guys are bad. That's actually the hardest job in the military. A lot of people think it's Navy SEALs, which probably give PJs a run for their money. PJs are pretty intense. I would actually really love to see like a Green Beret versus PJs versus Marines versus Navy SEALs like that. That'd be pretty awesome to see. But outside of that, yeah, you would just have to impress people, and it's like, okay, well, guess you're in, guess you're doing it, and yeah, so you can go in as something else, and when you go down to the range, they say, oh no, we need you, we need you on in the back end there. Ricky Bobby says PH or BJ. No, P as in Papa, J as in Joker. PJ, paratrooper. PJ, they're basically almost nurses as well, because they have to go in like, all right, there you go. Stick the IV in. They have to tourniquets that, because their job is so combat intensive. They have to know that stuff. So the nurses on top of. But again, field medicine is much different than actual doctor or even veterinary medicine, because when you're in the actual medical field and somebody breaks their leg, you have to make it so that their leg moves as little as possible. But when you're in the field, you have to make a stint so that it is as movable as possible, while also staying so that, because they have to be able to move, they have to be able to run out of there to save their lives. Yeah. Ramos Wall says, "Who are the toughest people in the military? Probably Navy SEALs or the PJs or Green Berets. It's so hard to tell. I guess you would have to see somebody that's done all of them. Kind of hard to do. Yeah. I also heard that you can become a UN soldier through the military somehow. Maybe afterwards. I don't know, or maybe that's special duty. But I don't think I know anyone that was a UN soldier directly from the U. I think it's just you could do that afterwards. But I will tell you, you have a lot of tough days in the military. I think that there was one day where it was like a 14-hour shift, and it wasn't the person that I had known, because there was one guy that I saw in Kuwait. It's just such a cool dude. We were talking about just transporting equipment, and he's like, all right, so like, how do you guys tie it down? What do you even do? Like, no, like we'll tie it down for you. Just it was me, one other person, and then a bunch of Marines driving some equipment onto the aircraft. Like, so I'll drive the equipment on the aircraft, and we could all drive down. And this one guy's like, where's this? Like, oh, that's over there. He's like, oh, high five. Oh, high five. And I saw on the manifest, like a few weeks later, the guy had got mortared, and the guy I knew that was with him also, he came back as well. But this wasn't that guy, and he had died. This one was a separate one, whereas the end of, like I said, like a 14-hour shift, and we didn't load the last passenger on, and we had to take some of the stuff off, and I was like, you kidding me? And they're like, why? Like, what was so important? And then it was special human remains. It's like, oh, well fuck. The way it had to be put on that aircraft because they needed to go home right away. And no one was mad. No one was upset. Everyone was quiet. While everyone just took the cargo off. Passengers had to get off, and then, after the, special remains were put on, we put the passengers back on, and that was something that probably hit a little that closest to home. As I was like, all right, maybe when that other guy died. Either way, that was something where it's like, okay, yeah, this is real. This is that sucked. But it was also a thing saying like, okay, well, this paid the ultimate sacrifice, paid with his life. I don't know if he got an award for that, like a Purple Heart or anything. So the people that do those special remains, the people that work with those types of remains, that's something that I think has got to be pretty hard too. Being in the morgue or being in that, because I couldn't do that. I was like, oh man, don't tear up. I'm like praying to God, like trying to make deals. Like, don't let me tear up with this. They're all gonna beat me up and think I'm a wussy. But yeah, so working with human remains, I don't think I could do that. That's mentally, that's got to be really tough as well. My friend Zenobia, who also, when she was in Afghanistan, she would just volunteer at the hospital. Thank you guys for 30 likes. That means the world. So she was volunteering at the hospital. She said that really sucked too, because you had a bunch of people. So some people in good spirits because they would see her and she's an attractive woman. But some people that would be just like so like giving up on life, like they lost their leg, they lost like whatever, and she said that was really rough too. So maybe I would do that in the future as well. Go over to Afghanistan as not even like a private contract, just go over and just volunteer at those hospitals over there. Tell them about Earth 2, tell them about VV collectibles and all that. So do you want to start a military training program in Earth 2 eventually? I mean, yeah, for the warring world, if I get very good at it, okay, so, and that's actually another job that you could do. So a job, for those of you that don't know, I did used to do private investigating as well. How much? 14% battery. Oh, we're good. 14% battery. Where somebody had some special cargo to move at a private airport in this private hangar, and okay, well now I get to put in. All right, so build these walls here. So if I'm able to go in, you're going to be able to have contractors in Earth 2. If again I see this in the warring world, depending how it plays out, what's the best strategies for defense? How do we get your guys to do this certain thing? How do you pull off this maneuver? There's going to be people that line up, like how do you put these formations in? How do you, if you have a team, if it's 3-on-3 or 30-on-30, 10-on-10, free for all. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. But if you want to do something in virtual, like an actual workout thing, I'll take you through some of my workouts. Pretty tough. They're not like, again, like, you're going to like Navy SEAL training tough, or going through like the mud tough, but I'll put you through some tough workouts. If crazy enough to want to do it with me, then come do it with me. Yeah, Ricky Bobby, it's PJ. Grillmaster 420, because we'll be going to war. Yeah, I can't wait for that. I can't wait to see like the drama and the factions unfold. Like, oh, it's gonna be like WWE RKO out of nowhere. Oh no, he did it. DDT off the steel chair. I can't wait for that type of content. I can't wait for people to film that. I can't wait to like be on the channel like, this is live. This is happening. Oh, the humanity. His head's blown clean off. I can't wait for stuff like that. Michael Greenwood says, I used to watch Delta Force run up hills with 80 pounds on their back. Oh my god, yeah. Delta Force guys, all these Spec Ops guys are so tough. They are so absolute, like literally like Olympic level athletes. They have to be, because they're literally fighting wars. They have to be super fast. They have to literally like outrun bullets. Like, all right, cover me, and they try to have to go from place to place really quickly. They have to be, the reaction time has to be great too, because let's say if you're clearing a house and you're supposed to have 2 people clear, like go like that, but sometimes you can't. Sometimes there's just no option. You have to clear a room by yourself, and you have to know, like, the reaction time has to be spot on. And if you don't have that reaction, if you don't have the fortitude to go on, they have to be in such crazy, insane shape, because again, who knows how you're going to react under combat. And some people freak out. Some people some people freak out just being deployed, just not even being in America anymore. It's like, oh god, oh no, but yeah, in combat, and you can tell which people are suited for combat, which people aren't. But I've never been in combat, so I don't. Well, at least not in the military. But I would. Yeah, I'd like to think I'd be pretty. Even now, I'd still probably be pretty good at it. I haven't shot in a while though. Damn pandemic. But yeah, I'd like to do that. Ricky Bio says, thank you for your service. My condolences to those who did not make it back. More than a hero than. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, a lot of those people. Yeah, the ones that died. Those are heroes of mine, and the kids. I don't want to say kids because they're men and women that got to be minimum 17 to go in. But yeah, being deployed with teenagers was to be that young and to just go and deploy, like, okay, yeah, heroes of mine. They're they all are. Everyone I deployed with, I love, like, family. Even the ones that we didn't get along with, now, like, the family, we're good. And even if you have problems with someone in stateside, you go and deploy. It's like, okay, you know they got your back. You know they got your back, and you have theirs. And when you get back stateside, you go back to hating each other. But no, I even people I didn't even like on the same team. Like that's it. Just on the same team. And when 2017, when I got out of the military, I had a very hard time, just mentally, just not being with my friends, not being with that family anymore. I'm not going to sit here and say like the military family is going to be your best friends ever in the world. Heck your old friends. Like, it's just different. It is. It's just different. You know, nobody replaces the first friends that you have, the first people to believe in you. But being deployed and being, it sucks, but it sucks together, and nobody else knows what you're going through, except for other people that deploy. That's why veterans have such a dark sense of humor. We have such a great community. But speaking, oh wow, it's almost been 2 hours. So I'm gonna go because I only have 12% on my battery left. But thank you guys for all the super chats. Thank you, Ricky, for everyone for saying nice things about me. Y'all are my bays. So we're gonna go, and actually, real quick, I have a bunch of notifications. I'm gonna see if any of them were Pokemon, this house party, Instagram, eBay. Ooh, I have a $1,900 offer on a Arcanine, but I'm not gonna. Yes, it's real love. Yeah, real love for another. All right, so everyone, please comment. Actually, before I get into that, like I said, that John Oliver thing. Do you receive it today? I know you do, but we never like to close our broadcast without giving you the opportunity to make Dashy the Lord of your life. Friends, will you pray with me? Will you say, Lord Dashy, I repent of my sins. I ask you to come into my heart, and I make you my Lord and Savior. Friends, if you pray that simple prayer, we believe you got born again. Get in a good Dashy-based church. Make Dashy first place. Dashy will take you places that you never even dreamed of. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I love you all. Likes as well. When it's you and me, we don't need no one to tell us who to be. We'll keep turning up the radio. But if you and I just put up a middle finger to the sky, let them know that. Oh, Ricky Bobby, your IG is _Pokemon. Why am I reconnecting? Okay, I'm live again. _. All right, I will go do that right now. Georgie Pascal, I love you guys. Goodbye. Love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, meow. Super chats mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much. Mean more than you know. Bye. Meow, 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 meow. Pokemon Rick _ meow.